In this video, we will be discussing logical atomism. Logical atomism is a theory which is attributed to British Cambridge philosopher Bertrand Russell, who published his philosophy entitled Philosophy of Logical Atomism, which is a composition of lecture series, collection of lecture series, and later on Wittgenstein indebted to Russell for his version of logical atomism. So basically there are two versions of logical atomism. One is Bertrand Russell's, another one is logical atomism of Wittgenstein. Basically they are similar to some extent, but there are slight differences in the both versions of logical atomisms. So we are quite familiar with the theory of atomism, which is basically traced back to ancient Greek and ancient India. Theory of atomism, it is a natural philosophical theory which suggests that the physical universe is composed of fundamentally irreducible or indivisible units known as atoms. Leucippus and Democritus are the earliest figures of theory of atomism. Later on it has gone through a long evolutionary process, and now we have the better version of atomism. Okay, now coming back to logical atomism. It is composed of two components, logical and atomism. By logical, Russell meant that this philosophy employs logical method, to be precise, symbolic logic, to excavate the logical structure of language. It's a process of analysis which tend to analyze the logical structure of language beneath the grammatical structure. And by atomism on the linguistic level, it means that the language is reducible to atomic propositions, which is the simplest unit of language which represent reality. So on the linguistic level, atom refers to the atomic propositions that refers to reality or states of affairs. And on the level of what language pictures, that is the reality, on the level of reality, atom refers to the atomic facts. Atomic facts which are pictured by atomic propositions. So atomic proposition mirrors atomic fact. There is a one-to-one isomorphic correspondence relationship between atomic proposition and atomic facts. So basically we got two aspects of logical atomism. One is the metaphysical. On the metaphysical level, on the level of reality, the world is the totality of mutually independent atomic facts. Atomic facts is the existence of state of affairs, which is represented by atomic propositions. So on the linguistic level, atomic proposition are the smallest unit that represents atomic fact. So the world is an array of mutually independent atomic facts, atomic facts are composed of simple objects. Simple object here refers to the simple particulars which are not composite of further elements, which is not indivisible further. So on the one hand, atomic facts are not further divisible into further atomic facts. Atomic propositions are not further divisible into further atomic proposition. So atomic proposition represents atomic fact. Atomic facts are composed of simple objects that are not composite of further elements. Atomic facts are combinations of simple objects which has certain property or stand in certain relation with other objects. Similarly, so atomic facts are combinations of objects that have certain property or stand in certain relation with another object. On the other hand, atomic propositions are combinations or combination of names. Names are the smallest unit that refers to simple objects. So names refer to simple objects, and atomic propositions are the concatenation of names. Concatenation means simply the combination of names, and there is a one-to-one correspondence relationship between the elements of the picture and the elements and the objects of the fact. So this is what is logical atomism is all about. So Russell's version of logical atomism has two aspects. One is metaphysical, that talks about reality. On the level of reality, the world is totality of mutually independent atomic fact. The world can be divided into atomic facts which is irreducible to further atomic fact. So atomic facts are the combinations of objects that are simple, that are not composite of further elements. Atomic fact basically conveys that what property an object has and what relationship they stand in relation to another object. On the other hand, atomic propositions pictures atomic fact. Therefore, there is a one-to-one isomorphic correspondence with atomic proposition. So isomorphic means there is similarity in terms of forms. So the correspondence is between the form of the elements of the proposition and the objects in reality. So atomic proposition mirrors atomic fact. On the linguistic level, language can be divided into irreducible atomic propositions, which are combinations of names. Names refer to simple objects. Atomic propositions are not further divisible into further atomic propositions. Atomic propositions, the truth value of atomic propositions determine the truth value of complex propositions or molecular proposition. So complex propositions are basically the truth function of atomic propositions. So Wittgenstein would call atomic proposition elementary. In his terminology, it is called elementary proposition, and in Russell's terminology, it is called atomic proposition. So the truth value of atomic propositions are independent of each other. So the truth value of one atomic proposition does not depend upon the truth value of another atomic proposition. But the truth value of A compound or molecular proposition depends on the truth value of its component atomic propositions. So this is what is all about logical atomism.